What is up YouTube? It's your boy Timon, and today we're going to be installing the Lasfit all-weather floor mats for your 10th gen Honda Civic. I specifically got the hatchback, so this is going to be towards the hatchback owners. So let's get to it. Before we get started, I do want to give a huge shout out to Rebecca and Scarlett for sending these out for me to review and have them installed. So I am sponsored. They did send this out to me for free, and I'm going to give my honest review and feedback on these. And if you guys want to use my link down to purchase these, use code TIMON10 to save 10% off on your next purchase, whether that'll be floor mats, headlight bulbs, LED bulbs. Just go on the link, I'll put it down in the description, and help your boy out on the channel. You know, all the profits are gonna help the channel out. Everything's gonna go towards the car, so there's more content to be pushed out faster for you guys. So thank you very much. Alright guys, so here's the passenger side of the WeatherTech floor mats. As you guys can see, the gap is kind of bad, honestly, for the amount of money you spend on these. I'm not bashing on WeatherTech, but you would think, you know, you spend the money, more money actually, and the fitment is kind of spot. Look, like, I don't know, this kind of bothers me. I don't know what this is right here. Kind of has like a contour, but every time I'm driving and I look over at the passenger side, I always notice this part. But you come to the left side and you guys can see, the walls are high, which I really like about that. But other than that, I'll show you guys the driver's side next. Alright, so here's the driver's side. The fitment is kind of better, but you still see the gaps right here, and this is where you're mostly likely to step into the car. This one seems to, be somewhat better. It's not like on, it should be close, like right here or something, but I don't know. Fitment still kind of spotty. There's a gap right there, you guys can see. Alright guys, so here's the fitment for the rears. This, I'm not too worried about this. I think something might have sat here for a while and kind of bent it. But this is the fitment for the rears, which I think it's pretty decent. It's all one piece. So here's the fitment on the passenger rears. So nothing was actually leaning on this side. So I don't know if that was like, as you guys can tell, there's a gap right here. People will step in, walk over, boom. Lift this up. It keeps it kind of clean. Not really, but. Alright, so now that you guys seen the fitment of the WeatherTech floor mats, I'm gonna unbox the Lasfit floor mats right here and show you guys and see if the fitment is better, which I'm pretty sure it's better because they 3D print everything specifically for your car, so I'm sure it'll fit much better than the WeatherTech. Alright guys, so here's the rears of the floor mats. I think I actually like the pieces better for this middle part, only because you can actually direct the fitment better than just it being one piece and you having to shift basically the whole piece in place. But I think this will work much better for you to get better protection any way you want, basically, and customize it. Alright guys, so here's the rear set of the Lasfit floor mats compared to the WeatherTechs. As you guys can see, it seems to be that the front of the WeatherTechs of the rear cups more, but one of the main difference I noticed is if you flip the Lasfit on the back compared to the WeatherTechs, you guys can see the WeatherTechs is kind of more like it doesn't have that much grooves, and I feel like this would be able to slip more if going in and out, especially I live in New England, so with the snow and everything. But the Lasfit has a lot of treads to where it'll catch on a carpet, so it won't shift and move as much. One thing I also noticed too is that there's not a lot of smell from the Lasfit floor mats compared to the WeatherTech. These ones actually have like a rubbery plastic smell, and this one, it's barely any smell at all. So the Lasfit floor mats are made out of a material where it's more eco-friendly and doesn't have that much of a plasticky smell or anything like that, so that's also a plus. It's more eco-friendly in the sense that it uses TPE materials, free of allergens, BPA, latex, PVC, lead, and all that stuff. So it doesn't use none of that, so that way it'll affect the environment in like a destructive way of any sorts. They also use 3D scanning just like a lot of other companies, but I feel like it captures every corner and crevice that fits everything, catches everything. The custom channel designs and raised edges, if you guys can see, yes, the WeatherTechs do have higher walls, but this has a crevice to where any mud, dirt, snow, any type of liquid or anything would just go right in here and get trapped in, so that way you could just take it out, flap it out, rinse it with a hose vigorously to make sure everything comes out. So that's one thing I really like about the Lasfit compared to the WeatherTechs. The grooves are really small in the WeatherTechs right here, but the Lasfit are more deeper to capture everything more. So I'm gonna install these on, put them in the rears, and see how they look. So just now, right before I was gonna install them, I was actually wondering if this is the right placement, which side of the rears it goes, and actually if you flip over on the back, it'll tell you right here. So the indication is basically saying that it goes on the right rear of the car. So that's also a plus, just to know if everything's gonna go exactly where it's going to go. Alright guys, so here's the fitment for the rears, and actually they fit so much better than the WeatherTechs. I kind of figured, but I mean, for the price you pay, it's like $50+ cheaper than the WeatherTechs. The Lasfit floor mats are actually blowing me away with their quality and their pricing. I mean, look at that. And like I said, with the 3-piece, it just slides right in. Like, everything's so smooth. Like, yeah, like, oh yeah, I'm already loving this already compared to the WeatherTechs. Alright guys, so here's the passenger side, the passenger front side, and as you guys can tell, I mean, the Lasfit has a really high wall too, just like the WeatherTechs, but this little curve right here, Lasfit doesn't have it, and I feel like that will get rid of that annoyance that I always look at when I'm driving. So I'm gonna put these on and see how the fitment is. Also, one thing I do notice too is that these are like stiff. Like, they just feel like I don't even know. But this is more like flexible to where you can just bend them in place and basically like mold them into the shape you want. So that's always, if it's bent like that, just bend it like that and you can kind of like fix it. But this one, you can't. It's so stiff that it's tough to do. Alright guys, so here's the fitment of the front passengers installed. As you guys can see, the gap is still there, but like I said, you can mold it into the shape, and look, as I'm pushing it, it kind of molds right into it better. See, now that is not of annoyance as the WeatherTech ones, but the fitment is really spot on. You just push this down, push everything, tuck it, make sure it just molds right in, and look at that. Alright guys, so here's the driver's side of the floor mats. So same thing, it seems like WeatherTechs have the higher walls, but the grooves and the indent are way deeper in the Lasfit, meaning that it will capture more dirt and everything. Like I said, plastic feel versus a nice moldy feel, and also the grooves on the back. This one seems like a summer tire sports car. This one seems like a winter tire on a sports car. So I'm gonna get to installing this, and we're gonna look at the little gaps that was a little bothersome, and we're gonna do that right now. Okay guys, so the driver's side of the floor mats are installed, and the left side of the fitment is literally down to a T, as you guys can see. Ooh, bars. But the right side, a slight small gap, but like I said, you can just push it, bend it a little, kind of mold it to where you want it, and the gap is slightly gone. So I mean, these I feel like are the best bang for your buck on the floor mats. If anyone's also wondering if the gas pedal, clutch, brake will get in the way, nope, right over it. The WeatherTechs, I think, went all the way up, so when you would push, I think it gets very close, or it actually hits it, but this is not in the way of anything. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. I highly recommend these floor mats 120,000% of the way. I mean, they fit better. You can mold them into any shape you guys want, and they're not as like stiff as the WeatherTech floor mats. Honestly, for the amount of money you spend, I would probably go for these Lasfit floor mats. Also, don't forget, if you guys go down to my description and click on the link, it'll take you guys straight to Lasfit's website. You can look at LED bulbs, floor mats for your car, type in your make, model, and year. Use code Timon10 to save 10% off on your next purchase, and that'll greatly help the channel out to get parts out faster for you guys to see. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your boy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!
I'm feeling anxious, baby, and I know. But I just holding out my baby, I don't wanna know. 우리의 미래 모래처럼 몰라 where it goes.